There is no single way to survive. Every species has developed its own answer to the challenges of existence. Some have learned to move quickly, others have learned to hide, some have developed extraordinary strength, others rely on intelligence, teamwork, or remarkable endurance. Some creatures live beneath the burning sun, others survive in freezing landscapes where almost every resource is difficult to find. Some travel through vast oceans, some remain hidden beneath the ground, and some spend their entire lives in places that human beings may never see. Yet every one of them is part of something much larger. Nature is not a collection of separate lives. It is a connection. A forest is not only made of trees, it is also made of insects, birds, mammals, fungi, soil, water, sunlight, and countless invisible organisms working together. A river is not simply water moving across the land. It carries life from one place to another. It nourishes plants, it supports animals, it shapes the earth, and eventually it becomes part of something even greater. The oceans, the clouds, the rain, the rivers, and the living world are all connected in ways that are easy to forget when we look at the world from a human perspective. We often see individual moments, a single animal, a single tree, a single mountain, a single wave, but nature sees no separation. Everything is part of a larger system. The fallen leaves return to the soil. The soil gives life to new plants. The plants provide food and shelter. The animals carry seeds across the landscape. Water moves through the earth, and life continues. This cycle has no beginning that we can easily see, and no final moment that we can easily imagine. It simply continues through time. One generation follows another. Young animals grow. They learn, they explore, they make mistakes, and eventually they become the ones that guide the next generation. In the natural world, learning is often a matter of survival. A young animal must learn where to find food. It must learn which sounds signal danger. It must learn the landscape around it. It must understand when to move and when to wait. Much of this knowledge is not written down. It is passed through observation, through experience, through instinct, through the quiet lessons of life, a mother staying close to her young, a group moving together, an older animal leading others through familiar territory. These moments remind us that intelligence in nature does not always look like human intelligence. It can appear as memory, as cooperation, as patience, as adaptation, as the ability to understand a changing environment. And nature is always changing. The weather changes, the seasons change, the rivers change their paths, the forests grow and disappear, the temperature rises and falls, food becomes available and then becomes scarce. Every living creature must respond. This constant change is one of the great challenges of life. But it is also one of the reasons life continues to exist. Nature adapts, it adjusts, it finds new possibilities. When one path disappears, another may eventually appear. When conditions become difficult, life searches for a way forward. Sometimes that way is obvious. Sometimes it is so small that it is almost impossible to notice. A seed carried by the wind, a root growing through a crack in the earth, a small creature finding shelter beneath a leaf, a bird traveling across enormous distances. Everywhere life is making adjustments, and every adjustment tells a story. The story of survival is not always dramatic. Sometimes survival is simply continuing, moving forward, finding food, finding shelter, protecting the young, waiting for better conditions. The natural world teaches us that not every important moment is loud. Some of the most important moments are almost invisible. A forest growing slowly, a river changing the land over centuries, a species adapting across generations. The world is constantly being shaped by small actions repeated over enormous amounts of time. When we look at a great forest, we may see something permanent, but forests are always changing. Trees fall, new trees grow, animals arrive, others disappear. The landscape is constantly being rewritten. The same is true of mountains. Even the strongest rock is slowly shaped by wind, water, ice, and time. The earth may appear still, but beneath the surface, everything is moving. Everything is changing. Everything is becoming something else. Perhaps this is one of the most powerful lessons of nature. Nothing truly exists alone. and nothing truly remains exactly the same. The landscape changes, the creatures change, the seasons return, but never in exactly the same way. Every moment is temporary, and yet the larger cycle continues. This is why nature can feel both ancient and new at the same time. A sunrise may happen every day, but no two sunrises are exactly alike. Rain may fall countless times, but every storm changes the land in its own way. The wind may pass through the same trees, but every moment carries a different sound. There is a kind of beauty in this impermanence. Nature does not try to hold on to one perfect moment. It continues to move, it continues to transform, it continues to make space for what comes next. Across the planet, animals have developed remarkable ways of living. Some travel alone, some remain in large groups, some depend on powerful senses, others depend on camouflage. Some survive by speed, others survive by remaining completely unnoticed. The variety of life is almost impossible to fully understand. There are creatures that can survive where there is almost no water, creatures that can travel enormous distances, creatures that can live in darkness, creatures that can withstand extreme temperatures, creatures that have developed ways of surviving conditions that would be impossible for most other forms of life. And yet, every adaptation begins with the same basic need: the need to continue, to find food, to remain safe, to reproduce, to protect the next generation. At the heart of the natural world, life is always searching for balance, predators and prey, growth and decay, light and darkness, water and land, strength and vulnerability. One cannot truly exist without the other. The presence of predators influences the behavior of prey. The movement of animals influences the growth of plants. The presence of plants influences the lives of countless other species. Even death has a role in nature.